What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are exploring the entire life, the deadly secrets, and the shocking mystery of one of the Foundation's most feared creatures, SCP-096. Buckle up. Before we get into the nightmare that destroys anyone who makes eye contact, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you terrifying SCP deep dives. SCP-096 is one of the SCP Foundation's most dangerous humanoid anomalies. It looks like a disturbingly thin man with pale skin, extremely long arms, and a stretched, unnatural body. Its limbs are so disproportionate that its arms nearly reach down to its feet. It has no visible hair, its mouth opens far wider than a human's, and its eyes are always covered by its hands, hairless fingers, or whatever is available. People call it the Shy Guy, which sounds cute until you find out what it does. SCP-096 spends most of its time curled up on the floor, crying softly, mumbling, and trying to hide its face. It seems harmless at first. If nobody sees its face, it just sits there like a depressed skeleton mannequin. But the moment a human being sees even the tiniest part of its face, everything changes. And here is where things become truly terrifying. If someone views SCP-096's face either directly, in a photo, or even on video footage, the Shy Guy lets out a scream of pure agony. Then it enters an unstoppable rage state. It begins chasing the viewer, no matter where they are, no matter how far they run. Mountains, oceans, plains, bunkers, nothing can stop it. It does not eat, sleep, or get tired during the chase. It moves insanely fast, reaching speeds over 35 feet per second. That is faster than Olympic runners, cheetahs, and even some cars in crowded cities. Its level of tracking is unbelievable. It does not need to know where you are. It just starts running and always finds you. Even if the victim flees to a different country or to the middle of the ocean, SCP-096 will appear eventually. When it reaches the target, it kills them instantly. Bodies are usually torn apart, shattered, or ripped into pieces. Once the target is dead, SCP-096 calms down and returns to crying and hiding again. In the SCP universe, this creature is considered one of the most uncontainable threats in existence. The only way to survive is to never see its face. SCP-096 is locked inside a special airtight steel cube with pressure sensors and motion detectors. Cameras are not allowed in the containment chamber, and no one is permitted to look at it. Any documents showing its face have to be destroyed. If a photo slips out, the Foundation panics. The moment anyone sees its face, death becomes guaranteed. Even the Foundation's top security forces fear it. During containment breaches, entire operations shut down, just to prevent people from accidentally seeing an image of SCP-096. The SCP Foundation never figured out where the Shy Guy came from. It does not speak, communicate, or show any signs of normal intelligence. Some scientists believe it is a mutated human or a failed experiment. A few fan theories suggest it was once a real person tortured or altered by some anomalous event. Others guess it might be some type of ancient creature, older than humanity. Many fans also theorize that SCP-096 could be connected to SCP-682, the immortal reptile. Both have unmatched strength and rage, and both are nearly impossible to kill. Some communities believe 096 is the perfect predator, created to erase anyone who threatens a certain secret. Nobody knows what that secret is, and honestly, nobody wants to find out. When SCP-096 becomes enraged, nothing can stop it. It has survived bullets, explosives, heavy artillery, and even armor-piercing rounds. Helicopters, tanks, plasma cutters, none of it has been successful. Its strength multiplies while in rage state. It can rip through steel doors like cardboard and smash through reinforced walls. In one incident, it escaped deep underground and sprinted for thousands of miles without slowing down. Its bones bend like rubber and heal instantly. It does not feel pain. Even if you shoot it, burn it, freeze it, or crush it, it will keep moving. Some researchers believe SCP-096 does not operate by normal physical rules. Something supernatural pushes it forward, almost like reality itself bends so that it can reach its target. One of the most famous events involving SCP-096 started when a hiker snapped a photograph of a mountain landscape. He did not realize that far in the background, barely a few pixels large, SCP-096's face was visible. A harmless vacation photo turned into a death sentence. The man shared the picture online. Once the Foundation discovered it, they tried to warn him, but it was too late. SCP-096 broke out of containment and sprinted across continents. The creature raced thousands of kilometers, climbing over mountains, ripping through forest and ice. Unstoppable. When it reached the man, there were soldiers, helicopters, and Foundation teams already surrounding his cabin. They tried everything: tranquilizers, machine guns, even explosions. None of it mattered. SCP-096 tore through every wall and every soldier. It killed the target instantly. Then it began running again, traveling toward anyone else who had seen the picture. Every person who viewed the photo died. Afterward, the Foundation tried to interrogate SCP-096. They got nothing. The creature sat in the corner, crying again. That single event caused possibly hundreds of casualties. It proved once and for all that hiding behind armies, weapons, walls, or governments does nothing. Once you see the face, your life ends. SCP-096 has triggered multiple containment breaches and death events across the SCP universe. In many stories, it is used by enemy groups who want to destroy organizations, because releasing SCP-096 into a war zone leads to massive chaos. Armies shoot, bombs explode, but the Shy Guy just keeps running. In one dark tale, 096 was released during a hostage rescue operation. The soldiers did not even know what they were dealing with. They opened fire, thinking they could stop it. The result was horrible. The creature tore through every soldier before ripping the main target to pieces. When footage of this leaked, anyone who watched it died too. Because of events like these, the Foundation established a universal rule: never show videos, live feeds, or pictures of 096. Even blurred or low-resolution images can trigger it. Can SCP-096 be killed? Researchers tried countless methods. They dropped 096 from extreme heights, shot it with missiles, and used powerful energy weapons. None worked. At one point, the Foundation attempted a cross-test using SCP-682, the reptile that refuses to die. They hoped the two monsters would destroy each other. Instead, SCP-096 began tearing pieces off 682, while 682 screamed in pain. The battle damaged both creatures, but 096 kept regenerating. The test only ended when SCP-682 fled, which is something it almost never does. That tells you how terrifying the Shy Guy truly is. In fact, no matter what procedure or method is used, whether SCP-682, corrosive acids, fire, or even radiation, SCP-096's bones remain unscathed. Only SCP-173 was able to break its spine. One way in which it was indeed killed was, after the damage done by SCP-173, SCP-096 was pumped up with hydrofluoric acid within its body and brain cavity. This acid melted it inside out until finally, bullets were able to damage his remaining body. However, many don't consider this canon, or the end of the line. Most people believe SCP-096 did indeed come back. There is another experimental story where researchers used a reality-bending machine to erase SCP-096 permanently. In that story, 096's body disappeared. Some people think that is its canon death in one timeline, but many fans argue that this machine just erased its physical form. The creature might still exist somewhere, waiting. So is SCP-096 dead? In most SCP canons, no. It is still alive, still crying in its cell, and still able to wipe out anyone who makes the mistake of looking at its face. What if SCP-096 was real? Imagine selfies, CCTV cameras, Instagram, movies, and security footage. The entire planet is full of faces. One accidental image of 096 could travel online in seconds. The creature would go on an endless killing spree, chasing anyone who saw the photo. And since screenshots and backups exist everywhere, the hunt might never stop. Civilization could fall apart because everyone would be terrified of looking at screens. Humanity would go back to the Stone Age just to avoid eye contact with a monster they do not understand. So basically, SCP-096 is one of the most frightening SCPs because it combines tragedy with unstoppable destruction. It cries like a scared child, but it kills with the power of a hurricane. Now, if you enjoyed this deep dive into SCP-096, hit that like button and subscribe for more terrifying SCP stories. Drop a comment about which SCP we should explore next. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and whatever you do, keep your eyes down.